Davengers? West Coast Davengers.
There's only one mantra that you all need to know. That's that one over there. See Todd, bye Todd.
And there he is. He's like Todd McFarlane, only more Jewish.
Not. Dude, I love the very beginning of your intro. I forget what they're called. The little boxes in the
the corner boxes, yeah.
The corner boxes. I love what you've done with that. It reminds me when I watch it of like everything I love about comics, all the fun, all the weird, all the wild, all the ages. And it's so refreshing to see that. That's good stuff.
It took me, I did that all by hand and, just cobbled it all together with Google searches, but it took me a good 2 hours to get 30 different corner boxes that had 30 through, the countdown through one. Corner boxes is kind of something that made me fall in love with comics too. But, speaking of comics, I want to just say thank you to you. Shawn Crystal is here, aka Bagel Boy, Mr. Ink Pulp, my friend and fellow chosen one.
Thought you were going in another direction, but that's a good one.
Well, you're an artist and all that stuff, but people know that. But they, we need.
No, I thought you could say fellow circumcised one or something like that.
Snip, snip.
Fellow snipped one.
Beard Bros too. That's right. Let's say hello to some friends in the chat. Derek Neiman's here, aka Mr. Southwestern Wrench, not Ranch, but Wrench, and the Pope of all wrenches. That is Tyler. Hello, Tyler, and the Knight of the Wrench Table.
Lotties. The power of the potato.
That's right. The power of the potato. Brulin, what's going on? And we've got Chemdog in here. We've got Sam in here. And we've got the leopard print coat. Yeah, he needs to break that out. And we've got Kazra. Aw, Kazra's
what
here.
Up?
Speaking of,
Shawn is my favorite kind of babka. That's my favorite thing I've ever read about me.
Potato power. We got to give a shout out because Kazra was just heading up the announcement this week that Shawn is going to be back at OAX 2026.
My favorite con. I'll be back at my favorite con.
Yeah, cheers to that. I'll be back in fucking Orlando.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That'll always be a good time. We're gonna start a con called Wrench Ranch, and it's just all of my wrenches and nobody else buying comics. But Shawn, how the hell are you? You just got off your own live show.
Yeah, dude, this is wild, man. We were talking about this a little bit on my show and you and I before camera, but it's like we've created our own way of living and making a living that's amazing. But man, it's nonstop. It is.
And we can talk about that tonight because me and you both kind of play that same role where you're doing the scheduling for a bunch of stuff on your channel, and I have to worry about doing the scheduling, a lot of the editing, all the marketing for myself and my channel. And
the scheduling is getting it's a job. It takes me so much to schedule. Today I was at the tattoo shop. I just finished doing a tattoo, cleaned everything up. I sat down on my iPad to catch up on some things, and I got a text from Scotty Young saying hey man, I want to talk about this thing. Can I come on your show? And I'm like, yeah. Okay. So now I'm looking at the schedule because he said it had to happen in May. I'm moving around things. I'm texting Jim, are you available? I'm texting Mateo, are you available? Is this time? Is this day? We nail it all down. Now I have to go ask Scotty, does that work?
If that works.
You? And luckily it did. But my God, keeping up with 2 shows schedules, a Patreon show, it's 3 shows. It's
dude, it's a lot. I mean, from my point, it's this channel and Direct Edition.
I know.
Trying to figure out what guests fit where, and and I like doing stuff like this where it's we did a full length interview on the podcast, but you're promoting something, and I want people to hear about that on a live format.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
and,
Oh,
you know,
real quick, Jim's in here and he's
Yep.
eating bagel.
Uh-oh, guys, you know what that means? Guys, it's bagel time. It's bagel time.
I want a bagel. I want a bagel so bad.
Dude, I'd eat a raw bagel. If you've never had a good bagel in your life, you don't understand
Hey,
what it's like just to
hey.
chew on a bagel.
Let's break this down to the people first of all.
Yeah.
I grew up going to New York. All my family's from New York. I was born up there. My dad and my mom moved away when I was a little baby, and we went up to New York 5-6 times a year for family gatherings. And I learned very quickly the rye bread is fresh. The bagels are fresh. You do not toast a bagel.
That's fucking
Don't
right.
toast a, that's not what you do. You don't ever go to a bagel shop and say, "Can you toast it?" Like, no,
Because
it's
it tastes
fresh.
like everything else that's toasted. There's no difference. Like if you had a frozen toasted bagel and then you toasted a fresh bagel, you're just having the same thing. There's
You're
nothing
eating
to it.
fresh bagel because there's nothing like it. When it's a good bagel, it's got a nice tough crust and a chewy center, but it's not crunchy.
No.
Toast a bagel.
You toast
and you
bagels that are
don't
3
toast-
days old.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you toast it, and you don't slice it. You toast it whole, so it almost makes the center gooey again.
Yep. All right, let's also talk to this. No New Yorker has ever said, "Give me a schmear on a bagel." It's not real. It's a Hollywood thing.
That is a let's open a bagel shop, even though we've never been to New York and we're not Jewish. Schmear is a Jewish word. Let's use that.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like it's Yiddish and it's Yiddish. So, look, the best bagels are on Long Island.
Jamie's here.
Yeah, Jamie.
Jamie. Okay, when you come to Atlanta, because I am blessed. I think I told Dave this.
Yeah, we talked about it.
So right down the street from my house is some of the best bagels I've ever had. A family from New Jersey who's the son of a bagel maker from New York came down here and opened a bagel shop here that I've had all my relatives from New York come down and be like, those bagels are crazy good. So, Bialy, Kasra, Bialy. I love a Bialy.
Bagels.
I love them both, but when I see a Bialy, if I know it's a legit store, I'm going Bialy.
Did I ever tell you? Oh, sorry.
No. So, Jamie, when you come, we're going to go there.
And Jamie,
and Jim's been there.
And when you go to New York, Jamie, okay, when you go to New York, you're gonna take a train to Syosset, Long Island. It's about an hour from Manhattan. You're gonna go to Bagel Boss. It's open 24 hours, 7 days a week, unless it's a Jewish holiday. The best bagels in the world can be found at Bagel Boss.
Yeah, and that's the thing is you got to get out of the city for a good bagel these days.
Yeah.
There's a couple of spots that have good bagels, but they're like upper west side, upper east side, but and maybe some downtown, but they're just hard to find.
Yeah. But I have Howdy Bagel here in Tacoma. I give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
That's great.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah. But, bagel time is a great thing. Let's just hear the theme song again. Oh, wait. Let's try that again. Okay, we're going to try it again.
It's bagel time. Motherfucker, bagel time. Eat it.
I made that while you guys were doing ink pulp.
That's amazing. Wait, Tyler Davis says
bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel is the elite
elite
creation. Yes, it is.
I'm gonna see your bacon, egg, and cheese, and I'm gonna raise you to this very Jersey specific thing that I'm guessing Dave knows of. Pork roll.
I've never had, but I know.
Okay, so the shop here, I walked in, I couldn't believe I saw it on the menu. I was like, I've never seen it outside of Jersey, but pork roll is kind of like a pork bologna, I guess is the best way to describe it. But they fry it, and that shit is the bomb.
And here's the alternative, the Manhattan version of it: bacon, egg, and cheese on a Kaiser roll, salt, pepper, ketchup.
That's good. That on a
That's the
Kaiser roll. That's good
that's the
stuff.
commuter breakfast. That's the
Yeah,
commuter
that
breakfast.
totally.
Because they do the thing where they wrap it in tin foil and then they wrap
Yep.
it in the tissue paper.
Yep.
And when you crack it open, that cheese just goes, woo.
Yep. Dude, you're making me so hungry now.
Well, I did
Who would have
have
guessed it? Two Jews get on a comic book podcast and start talking about food.
well, look. I mean, what else are we going to talk about? Either comics or food. That's all there is that Jews really did. You know, so. But I want to do the thing that I want to get into the meat of what we need to talk about that you have coming out, which is your Kickstarter for your new art book.
Yes.
And for anybody interested, links in the description. You can click it. You can say notify me on launch. We're gonna make this the biggest art book to ever go on Kickstarter.
I need that. That would be great. Actually, Ian Bertram's got one on there now. I think it's doing pretty damn well. But he's amazing.
Ian Bertram's a insane artist.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. But yes, please hit notify me. And also, right now, I am giving away. So I have a new art book. That's what the Kickstarter is for. But I have a new sketchbook, and that is for free. Right now, you can download it. Actually, Dave, do you have the link? Would you like the link?
The link for the sketchbook?
Yeah, the download.
Oh yeah, let me is it on the Kickstarter?
No. Actually I should put it there tomorrow. I just did it this week.
Email it to me and I can put it up in the
I'll send it in the private chat. Let me just get there real quick. Just give me a minute to go to WeTransfer.
All right. So while you guys can see on the screen, here is the free sketchbook that you get just for you can download it and I'll put it in the comments. I'll also put it in the description post show. We're gonna flip through this. It's awesome. I mean, and this gets a preview, Tyler. This will show you a preview of the art book, and
all right, I sent it to you in the private chat.
Okay, I see it's right here. I'm gonna copy it, and I will put it in the regular chat so you guys can download this sketchbook right now. And we're gonna just flip through it. We're not gonna do like a commentary, but why don't you give me the rundown of like?
All right,
this
so
is shape
the
language.
Yeah, so sketchbook is a focus on my shape language, which is my thumbnail language. A lot of people have seen my thumbnails. Mostly artists always are like, you should print these, because I have a really eye-catchy shape language I draw with when I draw small. And I do agree it would be cool to just do comics. I mean, my thumbnails, if I just spent a little bit more time on them, we could probably print them, but they would look very different. But this is where I figure out my compositions. This is where I figure out my shapes. And the goal here is to make sure when I'm drawing something, I'm making the shape very unique. So when I draw the Hulk or Daredevil, like they're going to look nothing like each other. And another reason I do this is I think like comics is a and drawing it's a language. So I like to think in terms of shape, like almost like a letter would have a shape to it and not detail them. But by drawing super small, I can't get the details in. So like that Spider-Man, like that I thought was a really fun shape.
Yeah, and it's just like the skeletal version of, the wire skeleton of Spider-Man, but we know it's Spider-Man because of the shape.
Yeah, like even the one of him standing there I was really happy with. I was like, oh, that's a nice little pose.
Yeah, there's Deadpool thumbs right there.
Oh, thanks, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because we talked about shape language when you were on the podcast, and I've never heard that from anybody but you, and when you explained it and then seeing it, it's amazing. And I'm not an artist. I mean, you've seen my art. You've seen the Involuntary Human Torch. It's like serial killer art. But I mean, I just love looking at this because it gives me a deeper insight into the stuff you create and then just kind of the art in general.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I feel like I'm always about craft. That's all I talk about. And even though I'm a comic book artist and I make comics, I want to share the craft of them too, of how I made them. And I think like having these art books and these sketchbooks, people who are fans, it gives them like a deeper insight into what and why and how you're doing things. And I, as an artist, I always loved seeing this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. You don't get to see it in a lot of different art forms, but in comics you do get to see a lot of it. And
Yeah,
that's
it's great.
that's
And it's
great.
nice to see like this is more like pure in a lot of ways because I didn't put that sheen, that finish on it where I get to make it look prettier.
Oh, look at
Whereas
that
here
Calvin and
it's like,
Hobbes.
oh, yeah, it was fun. But here it's like there's no prettying anything up. It's almost like it's just my art fully exposed.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's what I love about seeing you and Jim draw on these Wednesday shows because you guys have the opposite ends of spectrum in terms of art style, and
Yeah,
it's so awesome to see that because like while Jim just like I feel like he's not alive when he's doing that, like he's just possessed, and like
dude.
you're like this, you're Dr. Pulpenstein, you're the scientist, and like
Yeah.
I never really got to watch anybody like ink the way you ink, and it's very much like what you romanticize a painter being like, just these beautiful strokes. And I
Oh,
don't
thank you.
and I don't mean in private time strokes. I mean public time strokes. And Tyler pointed out, and 100% agree. Like the way you draw women with, very curvaceous. I mean, the piece that you had at OAX that you donated to the auction, I was trying to win. I think Ali might have gotten it.
No, uh, I think Matt DiTilio won.
Oh, mate, you're right. It was DeTulio, and I felt bad,
Yeah,
so I stopped bidding on it.
yeah.
But
He
yeah,
wanted that piece.
yeah. I mean, I don't own too many like original art pieces that are like female, curvaceous women because those tend to go for a lot of money. And I think it was a Scarlet Witch that you had, right? In
Yeah, it
in
was
the
the
auction.
Wanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this Galactus, I would 100% let you tattoo this on me.
Oh
100%.
yeah. Do you
Yes.
want? Can we do this? Can we
Yeah,
do a
yeah.
Galactus on you? Oh my
100%.
god.
I've always
Oh
wanted a
no.
Galactus tattoo.
I would love to do a Galactus tattoo on you. That would be incredible.
Yeah, and I
And
could
there
just
actually there's the cover to Jim's Girl Scouts that I did. Those are
yeah.
all that's where I figured it all out.
Yeah, it's and I saw that I first noticed this as soon as I turned, I was looking through the PDF today. I saw that and I was like, "Oh, that's," and then I looked at that. And I was like, "Oh, that's the cover." But yeah, your color palette with this design, fucking badass.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. That was a lot of
Um,
fun.
speaking of
Yes. Speaking
curvy
of my
women,
ladies, my
yeah.
curvaceous ladies.
I mean, that's the thing about comics is that like everything is supposed to have some character to it. The shapes are supposed to
Yes.
have character to it.
And that's what shape language is. Like
Yeah.
it's having unique, interesting shapes that you're right, act and have character and aren't just, drawings without a soul.
Yeah, Michael, I saw you mention that in the Discord today. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's cool. Michael, which one did you buy?
I think it was Big Mike. Was it a Killer Mike? I mean,
Oh, a Killer Mike one. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
I have
said
a
Big
bunch of
Mike, Killer
those.
Mike. So this is the free sketchbook
Yeah,
that
this
you
is
just
free right now.
released. The
Go download it right now.
link is right here in the description. If you can't click on the link, let me know. I can put it in. I mean, in the links in the chat, I can put it in the description so you could click it, not clink it. So let's talk about the Kickstarter in just 1 second. Oh, look at that Harley though.
Yeah,
That
that was
Harley.
a painting I did for during COVID on the Essential Sequential Virtual Con streams that
Oh,
we sold.
nice, nice. And that's your art rep, Jason Schechter, another Jew,
Yeah,
another one of
another
our
Jew.
fellow clans members. And you can buy original art from Shawn on that website. I have the page with Miles and Ghost Rider. Okay, so
Oh, nice,
okay,
nice.
Rich is
Nice.
here. Greetings from Peru, Alessio Urbino.
Oh, hello. I could go for some saltado right about now.
Tasty, tasty. Big Mike. Look at Big Mike.
Killer Mike. Killer Mike.
Why do
Those
I
are
keep
two
calling
different
him Big
rappers. You
Mike?
keep
Yeah.
calling him Big Mike.
I know. I never listened to Big Mike. I've only listened to Killer Mike and Run the
I
Jewels, so
know.
I don't know why I keep saying that. I don't know. Killer. I should be able to read right there. So let's take a look at the Kickstarter in just a moment. Let me pull it up and get it on the thing here because
Yeah, actually, scroll to the end here because we can see a preview of what the Kickstarter's
Oh,
for
my bad.
at the end of the PDF. So this is the sketchbook, you guys. This is totally free. You can download now. And part of this, the last few pages are a preview of the art book.
Damn, look at all this
And
good stuff. Wait,
yeah, it's a lot of fun drawing going on in
I
here.
love the mad art sale. I love you drawing you. It makes me really
Oh,
happy when I see that.
thank you. That's fun.
Yeah.
All
All
right, so
right.
this is a little sneak peek. So this is what my art book is. It's not just, hey, here's a bunch of my art. This is about me, this page, and it's a shot of me drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And I did write-ups about things. Also, this art book covers my journey into painting because I started painting when COVID hit. I said I'm gonna use this time to learn to paint. And
Oh,
so there's a
wow.
bit of my painting journey in there, and I talk about that. It's all the tools I use. These are my brushes.
Can I just
I
also
have.
point out how you're using rap
Oh
lingo,
yeah,
rap albums and stuff like that
yeah,
as
yeah.
the titles and stuff?
So yeah, go back because the last one I think was "Build Your Skills." That's a
Uh-huh.
Karis One song.
Yeah.
Um, and then Liquid Swords, obviously the Geniuses album. But I chose it for a reason. I always call
Sure.
my brushes my daggers, and they dip them in liquid, so they're liquid swords.
It's great. It's great. It's a great use of some catchy phrases that are recognizable.
Thank you. And so
Damn.
this is a good look into my art book because I have the thumbnail, I
Mm-hmm.
have the drawing, and I have the painting. And I did little, not long, but little write-ups about each step. And at the very beginning, I do a write-up about what was my goal for this piece. What was I trying to achieve here? And this was
What
one of my early paintings I did during COVID.
did you do this? This is just for COVID, or did this end up getting picked up for a cover or anything?
No, not for a cover. I just did this. So during COVID, I would just hop on streams like
Mm-hmm.
with Jason, and I would just start. I'd have a painting, and people would start saying they want to buy it, or I'd get a
Wow.
commission. Actually, this was a commission. Someone did commission me for this from the streams.
Yeah, this is just a clever. I mean, not just a beautiful piece, but a clever design. Like it's interesting when you think about how like you have to be a designer as an artist.
Hmm. Oh,
Be,
absolutely.
because like you could think about this concept, but putting it down and then accurately nailing the thumbnail into what the painting, it's it's awesome. I wish I
Thank you.
could. I wish I
Yeah,
could.
I would say it's more important that you have good design skills over good drawing skills.
That
I would
makes
say that.
sense.
Because if you're mediocre with drawing, but you're an amazing designer, especially in comics, you're going to be a badass.
Yeah.
But if you're a really good illustrator, but your design skills aren't great, it's not going to be great.
Yeah, and design something. I talked to my buddy Joe, who does all the design for this channel, and Dave Correa and Alex Pardee, and my friends who are amazing artists, and we talk about
I
design.
like how you just slip Alex Pardee in there, just slipping in Alex Pardee.
Well, I mean, like I've been looking at his art for so long, I just forget like how sometimes brilliant his design eye is.
Yeah, dude, he's amazing.
Yeah, this piece
Um,
is amazing.
So this was a fun piece. So when I started painting and people were starting to see that I was painting, and it was on the essential sequential streams, and I'm getting commissions, I had one collector named Byron reach out, and he
Hmm.
wanted something big.
Yeah.
So we went back and forth on the pricing for a little bit, and I brought the pricing down because he wanted a Galactus Silver Surfer, and this was like I think this was 15 by 20. It's big.
Yeah.
And I'd never
Wow.
paint anything that big, so I spent this took forever, but I it's still one of my best pieces. Like this is so crazy wild. And Byron actually took a black light to it and it lit up.
Yeah, I could imagine. That's crazy. You've been painting for only 5 years, like
Hmm.
regularly. That's
Hmm.
exceptional. It's going to be kind of nuts to see where you are 5 years from now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a journey right now. I'm just enjoying the road.
Well, I'm glad that I get to watch you go down this road, and also I don't need more of Sean's original art in my collection. I need a Shawn original piece in my collection. Then I need more after that.
Well, thank you, 9 Pound Grid, and yes, Dave, you need some Shawn art.
I do, and I'm assuming whenever you do decide what you want to do with that Martian Manhunter cover, maybe I'll get first shot at it.
All right. Well, if here's the thing: when I say I don't want to sell it, I want people to own it that I know and know will care for it. I
Sure.
don't want to be in this like people are buying stuff just to sit on it and flip it. But
Yeah,
yeah, if I know a good friend wants to buy it, I yeah, that's different.
yeah, and and for anybody that didn't hear our hour and 40-minute conversation on Direct Edition, you can check out my podcast. Sean's interview was just recently unseated as the top on the Direct Edition YouTube channel by my storytelling of my experience as a mailman during COVID. That is now my most that is my most popular episode on YouTube.
That's a good one.
So
do I? Yes. If you go to Essential Sequential, there's no pages left with Batman on it. Jamie got the very last one.
Jamie.
As a gift. But there is plenty. And look, there's some great pages on there. It just doesn't have Batman on it. So if you don't mind not having Batman, and they're totally affordable.
Yeah, they are.
You can go to essentialsequential.com and there's a bunch of them.
It's ESSENTIALSEQUENTIAL.com. I think I spelled that right.
Yeah, I hope you did.
we can arm wrestle 9 panel, but I'll probably lose. I'm not as strong as I used to be. I don't.
I'm kind of surprised that people want to wrestle over the Martian Manhunter cover, not the Absolute Batman cover.
Well, I don't know if a lot of people have seen the Absolute Batman cover, but the Martian Manhunter cover is wild. I showed it. I was talking to shout out to my LCS Stargazer. I was talking to Damien about it today because we were discussing that I was having you on the channel tonight, and he pulled it up on the computer. It's a 1 in 100. It's a ratio.
Oh,
variant.
I thought it was a 1 in 50. Oh, wow.
Or either way, it's a high ratio variant. I thought
I know both of them are the Batman and the Martian Manhunter, and I'm really hoping I get comps. I don't know if I do.
Yeah. I don't know how that works with incentive variants. My mailman muscles have dwindled. Yeah, just a little bit. Armando hasn't seen it yet. So, do you have it on you?
Yeah. Hold on.
All right, we're gonna see some original art. Hello there, Adrian, actual Dracula, my brother in Canada. All right, let's get Shawn the big screen. Let's get rid of this stupid sketchbook. I'm just kidding. And he's going to show us some original art. He's going to show us the original Absolute Batman cover that is coming out. Oh,
July.
Baby. Damn. July. That is fucking sexy. Oh, yeah, like that's the thing. It's if it was a regular variant cover, it would almost be like you're going to get so many people that are stoked about it that can get it. Now I think this is going to be one of those covers that people are going to be stoked about and pissed that they can't get if it's a ratio.
I don't know. Well, that might make the original like more sought after.
Oh, of course it will. Let me ask you a little inside baseball on that. Are you allowed by DC to make prints of your covers?
Technically no, but also yes. They turn a blind eye to that to some extent. If I'm like having a Kickstarter to do like a poster, like that's going nuts, then they're gonna be like, "Hey, buddy."
But if you have
if I'm print, at a con and I have a print at my table, that's fine.
You should do. I mean, like not trying to solicit business advice to you, but as somebody that is a huge collector and buyer of these things, a limited edition canvas print, 50 signed, stamped, boom.
Yes, you're right. I should.
Yeah, like something printed on a really nice stock.
When should I have? I was thinking maybe I should do that for New York Comic Con.
Yeah, that's the perfect con. And then if you do have any left over, you just hold them till OAX.
Yeah, what I would probably do is hold like 5 of each aside for that.
Yeah, yeah. Because look, I mean, I think as somebody that never used to be able to afford original art, I was a big print collector. I owned several of like Becky Cloonan's really limited prints.
Oh man.
Before I was buying her original artwork, I was buying
Yeah.
the Mondo stuff and all that.
Yeah, Becky
With
does incredible design stuff.
yeah, and it's all
She
about
sent me she sent me her silk screen Sex Criminals poster from the
oh
cover she
damn.
did. It's huge.
Her and Tula have just become this like combined juggernaut of a team doing some great stuff. And like Tula just released or is releasing a bunch of movie prints that she did, including Heat and
Mhm.
The Shining and some other movie that I really love that she's releasing a print. But both her and Becky have just kicked ass and taken names for years at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. So I think we've got a couple more. Oh yeah. So these are sketch cards, right? That you did,
Yeah,
or
so these are sketch card paintings I did.
Mhm.
The Juggernaut we just saw was a commission,
Okay.
and
Oh, why don't we answer that question? You told me, but
so
what?
the Kickstarter is going to launch on June 1st.
Okay. June 1st.
It's about 95% there right now. After this Sunday, I'll be like 99% there.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be ready. The book is done. It's at the printer, just waiting for me to have the money to say, okay, print it, and here's your money. And so
Right.
once the Kickstarter happens, I hit go, and then it's just a matter of how long it takes it to get from China to here.
And will there be any stretch goals or anything like
Yes. Oh yeah. I've got some. I've got good stretch goals, but I've got one stretch goal that is monumental. That if we hit that, it's gonna make everyone think about their pledge and probably want to up it because the stretch goal is badass.
and for my uh query, will there be a retailer level?
Yeah, there is a retail level. Absolutely. Yeah, we
Cool,
were
because
just talking about that with Dino,
yeah.
and yeah, definitely
Yeah,
going to have a retailer level. I think one of the things we have to be very cognizant of is as we're building this fully independent comic lifestyle,
mm-hmm.
whatever we can do to include the shops in our building helps them build. We should be doing it. So a retailer level is kind of the easiest one to do, and then we're going to do a ink pulp tour after OAX, from Florida up to New York, and I know, but look,
I know.
there's a reason for that.
I
But
know.
if that goes well, we could do a West Coast tour another time. But I think like that gives us a chance to connect with shops and gives shops a chance to bring in more people, and hopefully it helps support their business. They support our business, and we can build a better future for all of ourselves.
Yeah, I backed Savage Street Vigilante at the retailer level. I sold the copies that I wanted to sell on the channel, and I'll most likely be backing yours at the retailer level, just because like some people forget or they need the push. They need the other voice. They need me to be like, look, you gotta pick this up, check it out. And with stores, like it's the same thing, right? Like you said, we live in this ecosystem. Comics is an ecosystem,
Right.
and if the shops get ink pulp or they get Savage Street or they get Mateo's, like then they're going to be like, okay, so these guys are putting out each a book a year. I'm just going to support all their Kickstarters going forward.
Yeah, and then hopefully people know that they're going to have it and go buy it there, and everyone gets to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You just said something that I wanted to touch on. Maybe
Savage
it's a
Street
question.
retailer level, signed and
No.
remarked tier.
Oh no, I was going to ask you retailer level. So
Mhm.
what since you buy retailer level primarily, what is a good retail discount? Like, say it's 10 books. Is it half off cover price?
I think that's what generally it seems to be across the
Okay.
board. The ones that have successful retailer levels is like
Okay.
half off cover price.
Okay, that's what I did.
Because like when you think about it, if I'm buying one book, I'm paying for one book and shipping. But if I'm buying 10 books at half off and people that weren't, didn't support the Kickstarter for one reason or another, it doesn't matter. They're able to get it maybe like a $5 discount. Everybody wins. You sold some
Right.
copies at a profit, even though it's a lower profit margin. I sold copies at a profit, even though it's a lower profit margin.
Right.
And
Right.
then you just get people kind of hooked. That's the thing. Like, look, Jim knows I'm going to support him, but this book was fucking mind blowing. Like everybody
Yeah,
that I
it
sold
was.
that a copy to was like, I did not understand how crazy this book was going to be. And
Yeah. Jim rocked that book.
yes. I am not a
It's
I
so
don't
good.
own a comic shop. I do all my selling right here on the YouTube channel. So my shop is virtual. But I don't, I would only back, what are these custom projects like this. I would never do new comic book day stuff because unfortunately it's a losing battle for most comic stores.
All right. So go back real quick.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Go for it. So yeah, here we go. So included in my art book is I did a short 8-page or maybe it was 10-page story with Dean Motter
Mm-hmm.
in an Ahoy comic anthology, and it was an Edgar Allan Poe anthology of like Edgar Allan Poe was kind of like the crypt keeper of the book.
That's cool.
And so I started off the story with like him in a Wally Woods spacesuit, like there's a jar of absinthe floating in front of him that he's like spun around. And so I included the whole story in here because this is, I think, the last sequentials I did. And I don't think a lot of people know like what my sequentials are like and my strong sense of design and storytelling. And I was so proud of this story, but it was about a man stranded on a planet, on a
Mm-hmm.
moon, actually. Just him and his robot, and his technology is all broken down. He's trying to like send a signal out, like, "Hey, I need to be rescued." And so I was like, "I'm gonna make that person Killer Mike." So Killer Mike is the main character of this story, and then on the very last page, the ship that comes to rescue him is called the L-P.
Of course it
LP is the
is.
other half of Run the Jewels. So I did a little Run the Jewels thing, but you get to see my thumbnails and the finished black and white pages for this. As you can see, it's like artist edition style where you can see the whole scan, like
Mm-hmm.
the top of the board, not just the printed stuff.
And
So you get a full rounded look at my painting, my comics, my
oops.
sketches, and all of it
Yeah,
in here.
exactly, Big Mike.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
said today, which I didn't realize on Ink Pulp, you had mentioned that it's a 10 by 10 book, which is
Yes,
pretty
it's
cool.
10 inches by 10 inches hardcover. And the book design is incredible. I mean, you got to see some of it there. So
Mm-hmm.
this is my page for
Yeah,
my pre-launch page. Where are we at now? What is the number?
446.
Okay, great. So we have about 3 more weeks to get that up. I really want to trying to hit that 1,000 mark like Jim hit because that seemed
Mm-hmm.
to really help his campaign. I've spoken to Kickstarter. They're going to get behind this project and help push it out
Awesome.
there, which I'm very excited about. And I'm going to start sending out like little press kits for everyone I know. You'll get one, Dave.
Awesome.
And I'm going to try to do as many podcasts as I can. But I really think this is going to be one of those art books that whether or not you're a student of the medium or a fan of the medium,
That's what I
you're
was
going to
just going
get
to ask you.
you're going to get such insight into the creative process. I think no matter if you're an artist or not, you're just going to really enjoy that intimate look at craft. And the joke in the whole campaign is we're at war with AI, and that
Yeah.
this book is the Dr. Pulpenstein's
Dr.
creating the
Puppenstein,
antidote.
there he is.
The antidote, yes, to defeat AI. So this book is, I'm calling it the anti-AI book because it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
Like AI, you type a few words into something and like, hey, I'm an artist now. This is the opposite. This is everything but that. This is here's what I was thinking. Here's where I failed. Here's where I succeeded. Here's why I chose that color. Here's
Mm-hmm.
what the thumbnail, like, here's the design, where I wanted your eye to go. Like, I think it's really here to illustrate what separates the artist from the robot.
And I first off, whenever you do the Ink Pulp podcast video about this book before it goes out or the Kickstarter ends, The thumbnail needs to say the anti-AI art book.
No, that's Jamie's already on it. I told him. The
Yeah, you said that, and I'm
anti-AI.
just like, oh yeah, that sells it right there for
Yeah,
social media.
so when you go to Kickstarter and you like search, you'll see it, like search for it. You'll see like a thumbnail that will say it'll be the cover. It'll say the anti-AI. It'll be that, but it'll say
Yeah,
the anti-AI book,
but what
AI art book. Yeah.
you answered the question that I was going to ask you. Like, I was going to ask you to sell it to people that are not artists as well as people that are, but you already did that. I do want to know: are you going to be printing the free sketchbook that you just released? Is that going to be part reward at all, or is it digital only? That book.
No, it's digital only. I wanted to give that out. Like one thing I've built Ink Pulp on is this idea of giving to the community as much as I can without depleting my sustainability in life. So selling the art book is me sustaining myself while making
Yeah,
something cool for everyone. But the sketchbook is more like, here, this is for you, just as a thanks, and
yeah.
just
Give
so
them a
you can
taste.
enjoy even, yeah, no matter what, you can download this for free and get a look at it.
Yeah, it's a great little way to get people in because you're giving them just a small preview of the book. You're giving them the sketchbook, but I'm excited to see what 100 and how many pages was it? 190 something?
180.
180.
Yeah.
Your use of color, we already talked about it on the podcast, but I mean it's mind blowing,
Thank you.
and I'm excited to see more stuff in there because I didn't see any of that stuff you did over COVID. I was new to your art.
Yeah.
And so this is like an immediate deep dive into that and the process
And
also.
you know what? I think you are probably like most people. Because I launched an art book the day COVID hit.
Hmm.
Like I released my Kickstarter, and then that morning it was like, okay, we're shutting everything down. I was like, oh no. So and I had kind of plateaued at a point in my career where I was like, I had 13,000 followers on Instagram. I was stuck there for like 5 years.
Hmm.
And then COVID, I started to paint, and that changed everything for me. It's people started looking at my art, like people who collect art, people who appreciate art started noticing it for the first time. It made me stand out from the crowd a bit more than what I was doing in comedy. Yeah, Drip, exactly, that was the name of the book
Hmm.
that launched that day. So fast forward to now, I'm at 50,000 followers, and I'm releasing an art book now. I feel like for the first time again, because it's a whole bigger audience that is gotten to know me more recently, and this is the book for that. Like, okay, now, and that's why it's not just like a throwaway art book. I'm like, this has
Yeah.
got to be something special because I'm new on the scene in a lot of ways.
Well, and it's funny because me and you had a private conversation. We talked about this that I didn't know. Like, I didn't, for people that don't know about Shawn and part of the other art arm of his career, he does art for Marvel Snap, which is the
Mhm.
online card game, whatever. Not super familiar with how it works. But we had talked a couple weeks or maybe it was a month ago. I was so surprised when I was looking to post the podcast in a couple of places that maybe I don't normally. And I found myself on Reddit, on the Marvel Snap Reddit, and people only know you as Ink Pulp on there. Like
Yeah,
they credit
yeah.
you as Ink Pulp, but that's
Which I
absolutely
which
fucking brilliant.
That blew my mind, man.
Yeah,
I didn't even ask for that. Like when they released the first card, it said an ink pulp variant. I was like, oh my god,
right. That's
my
branding. You
little
can't.
business name. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
incredible. Uh,
Is there going to be some Marvel Snap stuff in the book?
no, because this book takes place from 21 to 23,
Mm,
right before I started Snap.
okay.
So my next book, I'm gonna have. I mean, that's gonna be like my next art book in a few years. Will have all my Snap shit, all my covers, like
Have
because
you?
this is the journey of learning to paint. Then
Mhm.
that book will be like, here's the practice of painting.
Okay. Have you noticed any uptick in just overall Shawnness from the Marvel Snap community, like on Ink
Huge
Pulp or anything? Yeah.
on Twitter.
Hmm.
My Twitter exploded like when my first card came out. Like I had no idea. it like it would be received so well, and that I would become like discovered by so many new fans. Like that's the Snap community is so damn cool, and they're so like generous and supportive. I mean, I've seen a couple negative comments here and there, but
Yeah, but
most
that's
people,
everything.
yeah, most people are really love it, and they're always tweeting at me like, "Hey, they announced this card, Shawn," because I don't know. I'm like,
Yeah,
"All
yeah.
right,
You just
awesome."
do the images. You have no clue
Yeah,
into the
I mean,
release
they're
of them.
they're doing the deep dives on like the announcements and everything, and they're amazing.
I think it's pretty safe to say these days, as an artist, or yeah, no, an artist, just an artist. If you work anywhere in the video game community, you're going to your stock, and I don't mean monetarily. I just mean like
Yeah,
people are going to be
your
looking for your
cachet.
stuff, your cachet.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, like, I don't know who the art, like if they got any artists for Marvel Rivals, or who did the character designs for that, but if it's somebody that's already in comics, like, people are probably looking at their stuff more often. I mean, I know John Boy Myers, definitely his cachet rose because he did a bunch of Marvel Snap as well.
Yeah, in fact, when I got the gig, John Boy was one of the first people I reached out to because they came to me at New York Comic Con before the game was out. Like the minute the doors opened, they were at my table. The
Hmm.
like the guy who owns like runs it and their art director, and he was like, "Hey, you are exactly what we're looking for. We have this new game called Marvel Snap," and I'm like, "Oh, here, like I'm just thinking like another one of these, like,
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "But like your whole thing is exactly what we want to do. Your style and your colors." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Well, here's my card. Email me after the show." And I thought I'd never hear from him again. The day I got home, there's an email with an offer that I was like, whoa, you're
Yeah.
paying 4 times my Marvel cover rate. I was like, all right, I'll take this for the money and the fun of getting to do Marvel characters my
Sure.
way, without the like hassle of dealing with Marvel. I was like, I'm in. And it turned out, to every card I turned in, like the art director was the coolest dude. He's an amazing artist. His name's Jamaro Kindred. He's on Instagram. He is a beast and he's a great guy. And
Huh.
we just clicked, and they let you pick like out of a pile the cards you want to draw. And it was just like that kind of like, after those years of not getting any freelance work and struggling, to the first job to come at me be this job, I was like, all right, my painting saved my life. Like it totally did.
I mean,
So
it's sorry.
no, so it was amazing. It was just, and then that led to cover work. Like people saw
Mhm.
the cards and were like, "Hey, you want to do a cover?" That got me on Spawn. That got me on Absolute Batman, Absolute Martian Manhunter. So yeah, it's awesome.
The thing that blows my mind the most in a positive way is you would almost imagine any other company or any other situation, they would never credit the artist on a game like that. And here
Yeah,
they are crediting every artist, and like,
I
aside,
said that to him early on. I was like,
yeah.
"You guys are doing it right," because they were like, I told them, I was like, they're like, "How is it? Are you happy?" Like I was like,
Hmm.
"This is so much better than working in comics." They were like, "Really?" I was like, "You guys are paying what I'm worth. You leave me alone, and you credit everyone,
Yeah.
like thoroughly credit everyone. Like it's incredible."
What people don't understand on a like, look, I've never been in this situation where somebody's like wanted to put my name or something I've done in a big marketing, like, piece of marketing like Marvel Snap. But that's always going to do more for you than the money that initially comes, because, like I said, now you're getting people, and like,
Yeah,
it filter, if we threw it through a filter, maybe 100 people will watch an Ink Pulp episode, but then maybe like 10 people will subscribe to the Patreon, and then maybe
right.
5 of those people buy a book, and they would never would have heard of you if it wasn't for the project that you said yes to.
Absolutely.
you know
Yeah, it's kind of like after this long struggle road, I did make a plan, and I like kept working at it. When something didn't work, I pivoted, and the plan got me to where I am today. And it's like all these things kind of worked. The show took off.
hmm
Then a live show was created with Jim and I, and then that took off. And Marvel Snap was coming out, and that took off. And all these things are kind of coming together. And it's like I just released Jake and I just started teaching our class. Jake Park
That's
and I
right.
have a class called Graphic Novel Pro, which is a 10-week course that I am just blown away by what we've built, and the students in it are incredible. And so that came out, and that did great numbers. Like his school business was doing insane numbers during COVID,
Hmm.
like insane numbers. And then after COVID, there was an influx of all this online education, and I think it just kind of cooled off a little,
Yeah.
and they were rebuilding it. And that's when Jake approached me, and we did numbers that surprised us both, and really kind of filled us with excitement. So, and now I'm going to release the Kickstarter. I hope that does decent, and I'll be tattooing soon, and I'm already starting to outline my creator own project. Like everything's kind of falling in line.
Yeah, and we talked before we went live about how scheduling and just all this stuff is a lot. And the problem is we never get to take our foot off the gas.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
may not be
yeah,
that it may be that way for a long time. I mean, you
yeah,
are lucky. You've got like the snazziest, jazziest producer in the
dude.
world. And
Jamie. Jamie, honestly, like, and that's I was saying everything fell into place. We got Jamie on board. That changed everything
yeah,
for
yeah,
the shows.
it
That,
did.
like, Ink Pulp Live wouldn't be here without Jamie. The
Hmm.
Ink Pulp podcast would not have gotten to, like, Jamie sent me something. He'll never take credit for this, but Jamie sent me a graphic that shows like where the podcast was, and then he comes on board and just goes,
Yeah, of course. He's
and
great.
he's like, "That's you guys." I'm like, that's you, Jamie. Like you show, like, we did what we do, but you know how to like take what we were doing and put it out in a more I don't know, a more delicious way.
I mean, whenever Jamie finally fires Mark Miller, which will never happen, I'll rewrite the mistake that I made by saying I don't think I can afford it right now. But anyway, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And then with Jim and Mateo, like that's something that I love talking to you about. And I maybe one day we'll do a podcast about personalities and how like just being yourself in the most organic way. Sure, it may scare a couple of people off, but it generally brings in people that can feel authenticity and are
Yeah.
gravitating towards it. And
Yeah.
I deal with a lot of whatchamacallit, what's that called? Imposter syndrome. And I think we all do, where it's just like, yeah, I don't know if anybody really likes what I'm saying right now, but I shouldn't care. But I do, but I don't,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, of
Whenever
course you
Jamie
care a
gets
bit. I mean, see what I mean? He won't take credit for anything.
Yeah. Yeah. But Ink Pulp podcast, man, it's been such a nice thing to just sit and be a part of and watch
Well,
and
thank
just
you.
like enjoy it. You guys really make me fucking laugh like most people can't.
Oh, that thank you. I mean, like Mateo and Jim, like when I tell people like who they are, like people who are in the comics, like family and friends, I'm like they're my brothers, and I mean that in the truest sense of the word. Like I have a brother, I love my brother, we're very close, and
Mm-hmm.
Jim and Mateo are right in there. They are absolutely my brothers, and when we get together at shows, it's like I notice like whoever we're around, genuinely like there's a good energy when
Yeah.
when the three or the two of us are there, even one of us, but it's like we don't have to perform. We just
No.
like be us.
Yeah. For
I
my
mean,
part, like,
and honestly, like you're seeing a little toned down version of us, if I'm being honest, because our WhatsApp chats are a whole
I'm
nother
sure.
game.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I mean, I know, because I talk to you guys, I talk to you and Jim a lot, and I know that I know my people. I know the people I want to be around, but because comics is such a community based thing, and it's such a small thing in the grand scheme of whatever every media, and every art form, it's like just nice to know that there are people out there that can just have fun doing it. Like comics
Yeah.
is supposed to be fun. I mean, I know I do like my serious stuff. I love
Yeah.
my Alan Moore. I love my Frank Miller. but I like goofy shit like, Savage Street Vigilante
Yeah. Yeah.
or Kurt Burdick's Death of Power or Monty Keane's, Steel
Yeah.
Streets and his Spider-Man stuff. Like there's room at the table for both of those things.
All of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the idea that comics can be anything.
Yeah. Yeah. They can be dirty. They can be raunchy. They could also tackle things like government tyranny, like V for Vendetta.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we wouldn't know anything about anything like that anyway. So June 1st, anything else about the Kickstarter that we didn't touch on?
No, I'm not going to have a ton of pledge levels. I'm keeping it pretty simple. You can get a book. I'm going to have a new print set that'll be 10 by 10 prints that are all mashups of a superhero and a hip hop person.
Oh,
and
dope.
They're going to all be fit together into a sleeve, almost like a record. So like a square format with a sleeve with 3 prints inside of it.
Genius.
And those, I got to credit Ramon Perez on the idea for the sleeve. Like that was brilliant. But I put one of the images you can see is the Mad Villain Doom I put out where says Doom in his mouth. I just put it on my Instagram a while back. I'm gonna release another one in about a week and a half, and then the third one probably a week and a half after that, so you can see them. Of course, once the campaign goes live, you'll see all 3 of them. But I'm leaking those out. But the next is it's a Pretty Tony print. It's Iron Man Ghostface Killer mashup.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick.
And then the third one will be Johnny Blaze Method Man, because those are their alter egos. So
yep.
So a Doom Mad Villain, a Pretty Tony Ghostface Killer, and a Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider Method Man.
Are there going to be any like signed and remarked tiers or anything like that?
Every book will be signed. Like I'm not even offering an unsigned version. I figure if you're buying the book, you should get a signature. Like it's coming from me. It's coming from this studio right here is where we'll be packing them up. I should be signing them. I am trying to not take on art responsibilities with the campaign.
Yeah.
Just because my time is so limited now, and with tattoo, I really want to focus on getting my creator-owned book going. So I've had people kind of ask, will there be like sketches or remarks? And I wanted to, and I thought about it. I don't want to spend 2 months buried down here doing sketches.
Sure.
And
sense.
making you wait for it too. Like I don't want to do that.
Uh-oh. There's the real
bagel
question.
remark.
How much
Maybe
bagel?
Maybe I should just have a bagel remark tier. That wouldn't take long.
You know what that means?
It's bagel time.
Bagel time. Motherfucker. Bagel time. Eat it.
Dude, I want a bagel so bad. So speaking of my bagel shop earlier, it burned down.
No.
Yeah, it burned down like a couple months ago, and they found while it's being rebuilt, because it's going to take a few years to rebuild, they found a temporary location which is right down the street from my studio. They were supposed to open on April 12th, and I'm texting the owner because I know him. Like, are you open yet? He's like, not yet, buddy. We're getting there. Like,
Oh my
dude,
God.
I need a fucking bagel.
Yeah, you're like jonesing for it. You're like it's like a scene from The Wire or something, but you just want bagels. Or you're like fucking Pookie. You're like Chris Rock from CB4. Can I just get hit? Can I just get hit?
Just one bagel, man. Can I get one seed? One seed?
Bagel remark tier. All right, how about this? Instead of a bagel remark tier, what if each package was sealed with a bagel sticker? Why is the bagel in the baggie? Okay. I bought this fresh today. I'm going to eat it tomorrow morning, so I need it to be fresh tomorrow.
So, Dave, I gotta ask. So, in this case, you find Ziploc to be effective for that?
Somewhat. You gotta push all the air
Now,
out of it first.
Here's the problem, though. If it's a bagel with any salt on it, that will destroy it
That's true. It's just the sesame
because it
seed
gets
bagel.
all moist. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's an everything bagel, which is my jam, I have to keep it in a paper bag.
Paper bag. Yeah, I could put it in a paper
But
bag
that
too.
that also means the next morning I'm gonna have to put it in the toaster on a low temp for a little while
Yeah,
to kind of revive it a little bit.
it's just
Not
tough.
to toast it, not to toast it, to revive it.
Yes, yes. It's interesting because as New Yorker or somebody in Jersey too, you have to figure out the way to eat a day old bagel, and you have to figure out a
Mhm.
way to eat 4 hour old pizza.
Yeah.
4 hour old pizza, you don't do anything to it. You just eat
No.
it at room temp.
Absolutely. And I'll take it a step further. Morning after pizza,
Yeah.
right out of the fridge.
Yeah. Hungover morning after pizza, right out of the fridge.
Should even not hungover. Like if we get a pizza on like a Friday night, Saturday morning, I'm eating a slice of cold pizza. I love
Yes.
it.
Dude, I will when I go to have pizza anywhere in this country, and that pizza looks like it's been sitting out for an hour, I just tell them, give it to me, no heat. And they
Yeah.
look at me like, what? I'm like, if you reheat that pizza, I'm walking out of here right now.
Yeah. It's gonna get gross. It's gonna get too crunchy and too greasy.
Yeah, and it doesn't taste right. It changes the consistency of everything. A big fridge pizza guy. Bagel in a Ziploc is third-degree murder. I have never had a Montreal style bagel, Adrian. I've heard they're really good though.
Okay, I have heard there's in Montreal some really good high-end like Jewish steakhouses and delis.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wonder, was that something that Andy Belanger told you?
I think it was Andy.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, I think Andy ate there. But yeah, I mean, I'm dying to go there. Like, I mean, I want to go see the studio with Andy and Carl, and I want to eat at the Jewish steakhouse I've heard about.
Yeah, I haven't been there in about, I don't know, 10 years or so. And I love that city. Beautiful
I've
fucking
never
city.
been.
Montreal is the closest thing you can get to Europe in North America.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's great. And we love our Canadian brothers and sisters.
Absolutely.
We all want to be there right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think we'll get out of here real quick, but anything else you want to promote, talk about, share your love about,
I guess
talk food?
I mean, I could talk food all night, but I'm hungry. If you guys can go to inkpulp.tv and just get on my newsletter, because everything I do take my newsletter pretty seriously. I mean, like Dave was kind of mentioning, there's a funnel thing going on. You got a bunch of people in the YouTube channel, and my newsletter is the through line of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just go there, you'll see a little pop-up window with my Negasonic Teenage Warhead card on there, and you just enter your email, you get on my newsletter. I am opening up my commissions for, actually, I'll say this now. I'm opening up my commissions right now for Dallas Fan Expo. They're going to be black and white inked pieces like this if my camera wasn't blowing it out.
Oh, it looks good.
Thank you. Yeah, that Zipatone stuff is a lot of fun. I'm going to be using that a lot more. But if you want one of these, they're $300. I'm only going to take on 4, I think, for the weekend.
Yeah, and you'll be there with Mateo, right?
Yeah, I'll be there with Mateo. And any fans of the show, stop by. I have a bunch of cool free giveaways. Let me show you a new one.
Well, Tyler, maybe we can get you a Felicia down the road, or I can pick one up at OAX next year for you. He loves Black Cat, so he wants you to do Black Cat.
Hell yeah.
Oh, have you? Oh my God, the Eric Canetti. Have you seen him sticker?
The animal chin.
Oh man, where does one get that zip stamp?
That was given to me by that's a stamp that I was using.
Oh, it's an actual stamp.
That was given to me by Jason Shawn Alexander. He just made a few, but I recently have been talking to hold on, I can tell you the artist's name. He's making them, and it's almost like the side business he has. But
that's
his
pretty
site, cool. But his site doesn't have them up yet, and I'm like dying. Let me find his name.
I could use a Davengers stamp, and that'd be pretty cool. Actually.
Well, he's just making like Zipatone patterns. Like
okay, it's a zip.
Dude, I have my ink pulp stamp. You just go to rubberstamps.com, and it's like $6, and you have a stamp.
That's awesome. Just start stamping my body with it, and then walk around and be like, "Do you know the West Coast Davengers, also known as Bagel Boy Jr.?" I'm not going to play it again, but I'll play it before we leave.
Here it is. I think this is it. Yes. So Jarrett Hartnell.
Jarrett
Jarrett
Hartnell.
Hartnell. Yeah, it's his Instagram is JARRET dot Hartnell, HARTNELL, and he has a business that's called. Hold on. It's begins with an R. I can't. Repeater.
Repeater.
And he's-
REPEATR.
Yeah, and he's making basically. I don't know if you can see it. He's making these
Huh.
stamps, but like right now they're just not available yet.
Huh.
So I saw Ryan Otley. I guess he had some that he sold. He did a Kickstarter, I think, for it, and Ryan
cool.
Otley was using them, and I was like, dude, I want to get more because like the ones Jason has, I have two, and they're great, but they're huge. I was like, what if I could make smaller ones? Like that might be fun.
Bagel Boy wasn't that years any guests coming up that you can mention that are going to be on Ink Pulp? I mean, the last episode was with fucking Nick Dragata, which that was a fantastic episode.
Yeah, we've got a lot of cool episodes coming up. We got Chrissy Zulo and Chris Uminga coming on.
Nice.
Thank you, Jim. Much
Love
love.
you, Jim.
And like I said, I got a text from Scotty today. We're recording with him on Monday, so
Sick.
we got a good Scotty Young episode coming. And then on Ink Pulp Live, I don't want to spoil anything yet. We got. I'll say Maria Wolf is coming up. That one I'm very
that's awesome.
hyped for. That'll be great to have Maria on there. Brett Bean is coming up, which will be great. So we got a lot of fun stuff coming up.
That's cool. I mean, I don't believe in jinxing it. I might as well. There's only 31 people in here. At the end of this month, I'm recording with fucking Stan Sakai. And I cannot wait for that. Been trying to do that for 2 years.
He's awesome. He's the nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
When I was teaching at SCAD, we had Stan come in for a weekend to do workshops and stuff, and we were immediate. Like once you meet him, he's a friend. Like he's so sweet.
And guys, how many people do we still have on this planet that have created a character in any medium that are still doing it 40 years later? You know,
it's amazing. What he's done is amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And then,
congrats. That's
thank
huge.
you. And then on Direct Edition, I'm recording with Rob Sheridan on Friday. I don't know if you know who that is.
I know that name.
He was the creative director for Nine Inch Nails for 15 years. And
nice.
Now he's working with Pearl Jam doing their stage show.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's a visual artist that kind of like made glitch art popular.
Okay.
And so I'm really excited for that because his through line is working for Trent Reznor, working for Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam, and also doing work with Neil Druckmann on whatever the Naughty Dog Intergalactic next game is.
Awesome.
So it's all my things that I love kind of coming together.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah. But and man, anybody that isn't subscribed to Ink Pulp, you're missing out. The Patreon is great. The Discord's great. Like it's a place for not just comics makers. It's a place not for just comics fans, but it's a place for people that just like want to meet people that have something in common.
Yeah.
And it's surrounded by the motley crew of the most weird international crew. You got a Italian, a Scot, a Persian, and a Jew. I mean, come on.
And I mean, honestly, the Ink Pulp community is just surprised the hell out of me. They're just going nuts in that Discord. It's such a welcoming, warm, happy, fun place to just celebrate this shit.
Yeah. You know, I used to have a Discord, but I didn't have the energy to run it. I'm one dude, you know, it's really tough.
We have a moderator now.
Yeah. And you have there's multiples of you that are part of this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Jim's the most active on the Discord.
Discord is public. There is a Patreon part
so
of it, but
the Discord is public. If you're a paid Patreon subscriber, you get access to some special channels.
Yes, yeah. And I don't even think I can't spend too much time on Discord. I'm already busy as it is. I go on once in a while, tell them.
Yeah,
that,
I see Dave on there for sure.
Yeah. I got to tell people that I'm talking to you tonight. And then your next convention is Dallas, right?
Dallas, Fan Expo Dallas. Then after that, Fan Expo Boston.
Hey, fucking Boston. You going up there to have a
Boston,
cigar with Noma at Fenway Park?
Want to eat some lobster, kid?
Yeah, maybe have some squash. Well, we gotta figure out when we're hanging out because me and Jim are gonna try and get you to come to Japan this year.
Dude, I'm so in. Like, I want to do that so bad. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that would just be us drinking all the good coffee, eating all the good food, looking at all the good manga.
Yeah, like. Oh, and I think I'm having another 10-day trip in Italy next year, which I'm so stoked for.
Hey,
And if all goes well, Jim lined this up. The three of us might be all invited to Athens next year. Me, Mateo, and Jim. And then OAX, Eric Canetti is going to be there. I'm going to be there, and they're going to announce some other people we may know.
Awesome. Well, the Greece thing is going to be like you guys just hanging out, living out your Leonard Cohen sexual fantasies on Mykonos or something.
All right. Sounds good to me.
But we'll figure out sometime to hang out. Maybe I'll come down to Dallas. I don't know. I got so much shit going on this year, but
dude, it's in a few weeks. Come on
shit.
down. Well,
it's in a few weeks.
But if you're coming down, I need to know because I'm making dinner reservations this week.
All right. Well, I'll look into it, but yeah, we should start a fundraiser for when Mateo goes to Dallas and inevitably gets deported. This fucking country. So gonna be like, what the fuck am I doing here? Hey, I can't do his voice. I can't.
You're doing New York. That's not Italian.
Can you do a Mateo? It's very nasally.
Yeah, I can't do him. He does me. He does me pretty good. Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Yeah, and I can't do Jim because nobody sounds that suave.
Yeah, Jim's in a league of his own.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm Jim Food. No, he sounds nothing like that. But anyway,
No.
Listen, I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody. Shawn, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me. Seriously.
Yeah. And on beginning of June, we'll do another one just to remind people.
Oh, I'd love it. I would love that. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it. And, everybody, links are in the description for the Kickstarter. Ink Pulp is also the link for the YouTube channels in the description. And you guys saw the links that are in the chat. And I think there's just...
download the free sketchbook. Take it.
Free sketchbook. You can sit there, you can look at it, you can just pretend that you drew it all and impress somebody at the coffee shop. Kazzer just gave us a message. One more time. Bye. Hold on. Can I try it?
Oh, no.
Can I try it?
Go for it. Go for it. Hold on.
All right. So if you don't know, Mateo does a sign off for the Ink Pulp podcast. And I am impressed with it. So I'm going to try my version of it. Bye-bye. It's bagel time!